Hello everyone and welcome back to my A10-CII Quick Start series, where today we're going to be looking at another weapon that was added with the A10-CII Tank Killer expansion, and that is the Laser JDAM GBU-54. As always, a link to this particular mission is going to be in the description, and as normal here we're going to click fly and then go into active pause. So these things, the GBU-54s, are hybrid laser-guided, GPS-guided weapons. They really do just combine the normal GPS-guided JDAM with a laser seeker. What that means for us is that they are essentially laser-guided bombs. You employ them just like laser-guided bombs, but if they ever lose the laser seeker, they will use their GPS tracker to go in on the last lased point. And that really makes them the best of both worlds. You can use them as laser bombs, you can guide them in on moving targets, but then they do have advantages, whereas laser guided bombs will go completely dumb if they lose their laser target and so are susceptible to things like high winds. These ones, because they are also GPS guided, if you have to take evasive maneuvers and you lose laser track, you can still absolutely get a direct hit, since it will just follow the GPS down. So let's set these things up. So we go to the DSMS page. Here we've got our GBUs. We can go to the profile page, down to GBU-54, and look at the profile page. These you have to drop in CCRP mode, just like your JDAMs. But these do have a series of settings, just like our settings for the lasers, mixed with some settings for our JDAM bombs. So importantly, we've got the auto laze and laze time here. In this instance, since I demonstrated with auto laze on before, I'll leave this with auto laze off this time round, and so I will have to be doing a manual lasing. We can enter a specific waypoint ID. Right now this is currently going to be slave to our speed. That's exactly where we want it. Now if I wanted, I could change the laser code the exact same way I would change the laser code with regular laser bombs. If you want to see that more, go to the laser bomb tutorial. For now I'll be leaving it on its default of 1688. Otherwise, let's go and find us our targets. So to find the targets, we need to make sure the HUD is set as SOI, which we can see here with the asterisks on the HUD. Press Data Management switch up to select waypoint 1 as our target, and that is the approximate location of our enemy vehicles. We can turn the TGP into air-to-ground mode, and we can push China hat forward long command to slave everything, all sensors to our SPI. SPI by default is our steer point, which is our waypoint up here. I can push Coolie right long command to make the right MFCD our SOI. Can move the camera around, press China hat forward short command to zoom in, press data management switch up and down to use the optical zoom, and I can pick one of these unlucky targets here. So far I've mostly been using the infrared sight, so this time I'll use the regular CCD camera. So I position the target seeker over my desired target using the slew controls, and then tap target management switch up short command to enter point track mode. There we go, it's tracking, currently tracking on the front tyre of that truck. Then to set that as my SPI, while the targeting pod is my sensor of interest, I press target management switch up long command. Now that is all set, that is my current target. Now it's time to arm our weapons. So we press Coolie up short command to make the HUD set as SOI. Push data management switch left or right to cycle the weapon profiles and here we have our GBU-54 profile. Now here we have the symbology, and it's a bit of a hybrid set of symbology. This is mostly the symbology that we get with regular JDAMs, so unlike your regular laser-guided bombs, we're not going to have the regular falling pipper moving through the vertical plumb line here. Instead, we have this boxed area on the left-hand side. As we get closer, this chevron will start to move down. When it enters the expanded box area, we are free to drop our bombs, ideally somewhere near the middle of that boxed area. The time to the minimum or maximum release is displayed here. Once we drop our bombs, this will change to a time to impact. So that's everything set up. Let's run through a bombing run. So I'm going to unpause. And so we still have our target. Just like with the JDAM, we fly this to place the velocity vector over the vertical line there, while keeping that line as vertical as possible on the HUD. Same time, we can see on the left-hand side the boxed area has expanded, and the distance ticker is starting to move down. So we're now 4 nautical miles away. Entering the release angles. We are now within release distance. I'm just going to let it move down a little further to center, so it needs to adjust less. Then I press and hold release. You can see down here one of my weapons is away. And now all I need to do is press the nose wheel steer button to activate my laser pulse. And then I just need to maintain laser contact. Since I am firing at a moving target, I would prefer to keep laser contact here. But if I lose it for any reason, it's not the end of the world. I'm just going to put myself into a slight dive to make sure that Seeker can maintain contact. And there we go. Direct hit on that Ural. Really, that's all there is to employing these hybrid GBU bombs on targets. If you are firing at a stationary target, then you don't need to worry too much about keeping the laser lock. It will default to the GPS lock, which is still very, very accurate. But this gives you the option to target moving things, stationary things, and it is incredibly accurate if used in conjunction with the laser head, and so you can get pinpoint strikes that are danger close without really worrying too much. If you have any questions about this, please do leave them down in the comments. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next episode. Till then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers!